Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Yesterday, the Reserve Bank raised the official cash rate 25 points to 3.35%, the highest in over a decade. This news will surely come as a blow to mortgage holders now battling 9 consecutive increases. People have every right to be nervous, but we'll try and calm you down and see what we can do to help you through this. We've enlisted our money guru, Effie Zahos, who's on the line to break it down for us. Hello, Effie.
Good morning, Amanda and Jonesy. Hello.
Effie, what about Philip Lowe? So he's the RBA man. He could go from hero to zero here. So if he winds inflation down to 2 to 3%, he will be the king of the world. But if he doesn't, if he mucks it up, he'll go down as the worst RBA boss in 30 years and the low inflation rate.
Yeah, look, Jonesy, the track record here isn't good, is it? I feel like they're really flying blind. This next rate hike, clearly, it's going to hit so hard. And when you hear so many other economists saying that there's a lag effect with these rates, we have not yet seen them. Pause, wait, stay. I'm really worried as to where they are going with this, because there was also the assumption that, hold it, I'm going to increase it once, but also more now. Very different story to what was said, a couple of years ago with rates not moving under certain scenarios till 2024. So you got to question, do they know what they're doing? And there seems to be no kind of blueprint as to, well, when will rates turn around? How far does the economy have to fall, so to speak, until they start saying, well, okay, let's dial it down now and reduce rates? Because I hate to say it, this interest rate now means, this rate rise means for a $500,000 mortgage, we're paying almost an extra $12,000 a year in additional repayment.
Wow. I saw a story yesterday with a family who were paying $1,000 repayments a few years ago. Now they're paying $2,000. These are substantial jumps for families. Yeah. What would you suggest people do?
Yeah, and Amanda, that makes sense. The numbers add up. $1,000 more, 12 months in a year, that's $12,000, the number I just gave you there. So that seems to be the norm. Okay, look, I don't want to, I've been saying this to people and I'm starting to hear that, yes, I've done this or I can't do that. And, it's easy for you to say, but this is not possible. And that is the reality. The reality is, the tips I'll kind of throw out now, we need to do a combination of them, because not one is going to work. And in some cases, I do hate to say this, some may not be possible. So I talk about refinancing, and you can go from, say, the average home loan to the cheapest in the market, and you'll be able to claw $6,000 back of that $12,000 I just said. But here's the problem, guys. Those people that really need to refinance, if they bought a property 2 years ago or 3 years ago and they only paid a 5% deposit, well, we know property prices have fallen. You may find that you can't refinance because you don't have that, security that you need to move to another lender. Yeah. And that's the big problem. I feel the banks really do need to come out like they did during COVID, and they gave these packages to help people that lost their jobs during lockdowns and so on. And they do have this. If you put your hand up and go, hey, mortgage stress, financial hardship, they must by law put you on some type of plan. And does that mean you pay interest only, increase your term? Because all of that can knock your repayments by half. But it's a Band-Aid solution. It's going to cost you more in the long run if you don't change it later.
And the banks have got better at doing this, because surely we would learn from the past, because we don't want to go into a depression. When that happened all those years ago, it's because the banks panicked and said, right, whatever you owe me on your house, you owe me. They called in the debt. So the banks, if they've learned anything, they don't want to own property. They want you to own the property. They want to invest in you. So they don't want to take your house away.
No, absolutely. They don't want to get in the business of mortgagee sales. They're not real estate agents. And yeah, you're absolutely right, Jonesy, that they do have these strategies in place. So look, a couple of things you can do. If you feel you can refinance internally as well. Talk to your lender and just say, hey, is this the cheapest product you've got? If you can refinance, tick, that will give you $6,000 back if you can get to a lower run. If you can't refinance, then your options would be talk to your lender about going interest only or increasing your term. Maybe you want to go from 25 to 30 years. I know UBank has just come out with a loan going from 30 years to 35. That's a long mortgage. like I said, you will pay more interest in the long run. But if what the RBA says is right, and this is the big if, can we trust them, that they hopefully will, get inflation under control, and then towards the end of the year we'll see rates reduce, then maybe you'll be in a better position at the end of this year, early next year, to go back to your normal repayments. There are other things too. Maybe talk about going to an investment loan and renting out your home and going elsewhere. Maybe there are all these things that you could possibly do, but, it's not easy.
No, it's not easy, but there's plenty of options for you out there.
Yeah, and what about all the people that are coming off fixed home loans and just being barraged with this?
Yeah, so Amanda, it depends on when you actually fix. I've been speaking to some people and go, "Oh, look, I locked in. I won't come off this fixed rate now to the end of this year." And you know what? They may actually pass this whole mess and come out the other end very nicely. Now, others will find that their rate will move probably from 2% up until 6%. So they're going to be slapped with these rate rises, what variable homeowners have had over the past year. That's going to be hard for them. If that's the case, and you've got, say, a couple more months fixed, try and pay as much as you can now, because obviously you're on a low rate. Can you afford to do that? If not, again, you're going to be in line with the rest of us and looking at where can I refinance? Who's got the cheaper rate? Your household bills are also another area to look at, because they move all the time. And I have looked, and I've said this before, if you're on the average bill payment of, say, let's say your health insurance, your car insurance, your home and contents, your phone plans, your energy plans, having to see what prices have changed there could actually bring in some big savings too. So it does mean maybe spending this weekend and just rejigging the whole kind of household bills and just having a look and see, can I do better with these as well?
Not going out for dinner and eating $10 Jatzers. That's the hot tip there. Keep that on the down low.
Yeah, this is what we're going to see. More people are not going to go out. And unfortunately, who's going to hurt here now? Small businesses. It's kind of a bit of a domino effect. If I don't go out and eat or get my coffee, then my local business is going to suffer. They have a mortgage too. And so if they don't have income from their business, they're going to hurt as well. And this is where there's a fear that, has he overshot this? Is this one too many hikes now that could see us tumble down?
Yeah, well, only time will tell. Philip Lowe's sitting there going, "Oh man, I've got so much pressure."
Oh, I think he's not the only one, Brendan.
I wouldn't want that job for a million years.
Effie, thank you.
$1,000,000. Thank you, Effie. Good job. To help find the right financial situation for you, head to canster.com.au.